Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Atika Beta Anwar. My numerator is A20A1696. Okay, today I talk about type of statistic. Okay, firstly, descriptive statistic is involve the organization, summation, and valuations of data. It also used to be compare different categories of data. It also the present graphically in tabular form in table or a summary statistic in single value. It has a two type. Is first measure of central tendency. Number two is measure of variability. Okay, inferential statistic is involved using a sample to draw conclusions about a population. Okay, our assignment indicates we use the descriptive statistic for our data.
For the 1.2, we have solved of data that is primary and secondary. We chosen the secondary data source which were not collected and used for the intended of the study at hand, but rather for some purpose. It can save the time that would otherwise be spent on collecting the data. 1.3 variables. There are two kinds of variables. First, quantitative variables. Second, qualitative variables. From that variable, we just use the quantitative variables because consists of number representing counts or other measurement. From that variable, we can do the algebraic operation like addition, subtraction, and so on. From that sample in 1.3, we can see the data set description is from life insurance charge with 1,339 data, but filter observation we took is only 350 people. Assalamualaikum, my name is Farah Nadia Redisani. My name is number A20A1330. So this is the numerical descriptive measure. Look at the table. Okay. Firstly, the measures of central tendency, which is mean. From this formula, we got 39.5x. And secondly is median, we got 38.95. And the last one is mode. From this formula, we got 22.105. Okay, the next slide is graphical representation. So we use two graphic, which is ogive and histogram. So this is ogive of life insurance charge. The left side use drawing compared to the right side using Excel. So this ogive can be described with both show and increase. Histogram of life insurance charge. Same as ogive, the left side uses drawing compared to the right side using Excel. So we made comparisons from a gender point of view to see the difference between the two outcomes. So this is the result from the both data that we get. Okay, starting from the top of the male and below that is female. Okay, the last part is numerical descriptive measure compared with using software. Okay, the right side is from sample and the left side is from SPSS. Okay, we look at the mean from SPSS. We got 39.46. Compared with analysis from sample means we got 39.58. Okay. From SPSS variance, we got 209.768 compared with variance from samples, we got 203.174. So we can conclude that the use of software and sample is not much different. So I think that is all for
5.2 Profile Hypothesis Testing, showing in detail the 5 main steps. First, state null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis. HO equal 39.46, HA less than 39.46. 2. State the level of significant alpha. 95% significant confidence interval, so it means that there is 5% chance.
that you could be wrong. The significant alpha is 0.5. And third is the calculation. The, the result is t equal to 2.6894. Okay, here the ANOVA table, we can see the calculation and the result of the ANOVA. And number 4 is the decision rule. Reject HO if T more bigger than T alpha. Okay, number 5 is decision. Conclusion, since T more bigger than T alpha is T 0.25.28, 2.6894 bigger than 0.683, then we reject HO. Therefore, we can conclude that there has significant difference in age.
The data we took to produce the correlation is age and charge of life insurance. From the graph, it's clear that there is a relationship between the two variables. Generally, as age increases, so does the charge, so that the resulting correlation is a positive and linear correlation. The table shows the total of x, which means age, the total of y, which means charge, total of xy, total of x squared, and total of y squared. There is also the calculation of correlation present based on the formula.
Okay, confidence interval. Okay, let's explain. Confidence interval is a display the probability that a parameter will fall between a pair of value around the means. Okay, confidence interval measures the degree of uncertainty or certainty in a simple method. Okay, there are most of the construct using confidence level of 95% or 99%. Okay, this is the formula we used it. For the confidence interval for the x, okay, this is the table. I got the SPSS. Okay, from the SPSS analysis, we got the 90% confidence interval for the population means where significance level or 100 minus 95%, we get the 5% or 0.05. Okay, this is the formula I used it. Okay, lastly, we got the result is 37.94 and 40.90x. Okay, so the confidence limits range of h from 37.94 to the 40.90x life insurance charge.
Linear regression or MLR, we are used the model to relationship between a continuous response variable and continuous or categorical explanatory variable. MLR are attention of simple linear regression. It used when we want to predict the value of a response variable based on the value of two or more predictors. Now, I want to interpreting the model based on the correlation between child and children, and also child and BMI are weak since the value of the percent correlation is less than 0.5, that is 0.058. The direction of the relationship is positive, but the correlation is not significant because not at level 0.01 level or 2 times. The model summary, we have the R square value is 0.047, which means 4.7% of the variation in charge can be explained by the BMI and children. The table of ANOVA, we can see the p-value of the ANOVA table is less than 0.05, which means that is at least one of the two variables, that is BMI and children, with intercept can be used to model chart. For the equation of chart, we have constant that is negative 518.243 plus 415.96 450 for children plus 458.201 for BMI. From the coefficient table, we can conclude that BMI is the only variable that is significant to the regression model. Since the VIF of two independent variables are less than 10, we can conclude that there are no serious multicollinearity issue. For every increased number in BMI, the chance will increase by 458.201, condition that all the other independent variable is constant. For the children predictor, the p-value of children is 0.422, which is more than 0.05. So we cannot reject HO and conclude that the children are not significant predictor of child. For the BMI predictor, the p-value for BMI is less 0.000, which are way less than 0.05. We can reject HO and conclude that BMI is significant predictor of child. It depends to the test of normality. The histogram of regression standardized residual show that the residual are not following a normal distribution. We can reject HO. This is because if the p-value is less than or equal to the significant level, the decision is to reject the new hypothesis and conclude that the data do not follow a normal distribution. Note that the hypothesis of Shapiro weight are as follows: HO residual are normally distributed and HA residual are not normally distributed.
In conclusion, we can see that life insurance charges are a large investment and most likely purchase multiple policy throughout lifetime. From this, the right insurance policy can protect self and family from unforeseen disaster. From the data performed, a variety of techniques are used as tools to visualize the data study to facilitate interpretation. Based on data for life insurance charged in the range of 1,339 people, but after going through observation we took in 350 people, and it is then filtered first by taking individual age between 10 to 70 years. Not only that, it is then measured and divided into several characteristics including age, sex, BMI, children, smoker, and religion. From that, this data information is presented through graph, which is OGIF and histogram. In addition, comparisons are also made through comparison made using sample analysis compared to SPSS based on numerical descriptive measure. Here, it can be seen that the answer between the two is not much different. So the acceptance of both is accepted. That's all from us. Thank you.